Thank you for tuning in once again to this 9th episode of the Old Code podcast. Once again, I'm your host, keeping this one short because it's Christmas week, and I really think that you should probably go and spend this time with loved ones. Don't spend this time listening to podcasts. Don't go spending this time by yourself. This is a time for celebration. This is a time for reflection. So, I'm going to keep it short, but I'm going to give a teaser and a taste of the next couple weeks of Friday episodes, because I want to be able to put out a challenge for myself, and I want to put out a challenge for you. We oftentimes talk about the marketplace in a democratic manner, and I want to recognize that the popularity of certain podcasts is incredibly democratic. People listen because something that the host says resonates with the audience. And the first thing that I want to say, and the first challenge that I have for you, is not everything that everyone says deserves to be heard. And not every person with a voice deserves to be listened to. So I recognize that this is, like I said, this is a challenge for myself, and this is a challenge for anyone who is listening to this. You don't need to be listening to this. And of course, the fact of the matter is there are a great many people who aren't listening to this. And that's perfectly alright in my book. Not everything that I say deserves to be heard by absolutely everybody. But the fact of the matter is that we have countless podcasts, and countless YouTube videos, and countless vlogs, and countless blogs. And in that, we have thousands upon thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people with voices who all believe that theirs is the message that deserves to be heard. And so I just want to lay this challenge for myself, because I don't ever want to be somebody who contributes to the noise. I don't ever want to be somebody who's just putting out something for the sake of putting something out. Secondarily, I don't want to feed into the idea that just because somebody is resonating with this message means that the message deserves to be heard. There have been a great many messages that resonated with people that should not have been received as they were. I think a prime example would be the indignance and frustration that the German people were feeling during the 1930s and 40s. Hitler gave a message that resonated with people. It resonated with their frustration, it resonated with their malaise, it resonated with their purposelessness. And that message didn't deserve to be heard. That message didn't deserve to be put out, because the result of it was atrocities that no one could have ever seen coming. So when you are ingesting material, I want you to contemplate the fact that you are democratically stating that this person needs to be heard or deserves to be heard. And I want you to think about this podcast in those terms as well. I want you to think about the fact that just because you're resonating with something that I'm saying, it doesn't necessarily make it true. And therefore, that's what my challenge for myself is. I want to put out something that is not only going to resonate with people, but that's true. It's true. And I want it to be good, and I want it to be beautiful. all of those things that we've talked about. And the reason why I'm bringing this up now is because the next couple episodes are going to be cultural critiques. The next couple of Friday episodes are going to be cultural critiques. And I don't want people receiving them in frustration and going, yeah, no, that definitely deserves to be heard because it resonates with my frustration. I don't want that to be the case. But what I do want to be the case is it to be understood that those cultural critiques are going to open up into ways that we can possibly do life better, and ways that we can do culture better. And I don't want to just give, broad ways that we can do a world better, but I want to recommend smaller ways that we can do life better as individuals. So especially as the new year approaches, I want to personally be more intentional with what I consume intellectually and mentally. I want to be more cognizant of what I put in my body physically and what I put in my person physically, and how I live out my life physically, intentionally, and all of the above. And of course, I'm talking about physical fitness, and we'll do an episode on the need for physical fitness and all of the above. Intellectual excellence, emotional control, we'll do episodes on all of those. And we'll go through them together. But for now, I'm giving you a warning that the next 2 Friday episodes are probably going to be the most discouraging, because I'm laying out how culture went so far off base. But again, that comes with the challenge of I need to put out something that is not only going to resonate with people, but it's going to be true. And it's, I heard it said a while back that if you are critiquing without a potential path to pursue, then you're just complaining or whining. You're not actually critiquing. So I don't want to just be here whining. I want to make this a space to critique and then give hopeful paths to walk forward with. That's all I got for you today. Like I said, wanted to keep it relatively short and sweet, but go spend this time with people that you love. Alright, this again has been the Old Code Podcast, and it has been an absolute pleasure talking with you today. Bye for now.